Yes, today I'm going to share one incident of my life, how it had helped me to conquer something unconsciously that I'm going to share that definitely help you. That is it about how I unconsciously conquer my disappointment, how I conquer my fear, and how I get the courage to deal with it. So it is about an interview. It is about an interview that I went to give with two of my friends. So we are very excited and we are very happy to give the interview because we are giving interview in a big company. So we three had gone to give the interview. It was a big company and we are very excited and we are very happy and we are a little bit of anxious that what will happen and there what questions will ask the interviewer. So that was making us stress. So we we went to the hotel and we waited at the lobby and we are very excited to give the interview. But at that time what happened, I was also in stress, but I am trying to make comfortable of myself and my friend also. So I was moving here and there in the lobby, making fun of my friends that look, you are in stress and I am not in so much of stress. I'm not taking so much of stress. It will be all right. All will be good, and that's all. So I was like, I was acting like a child, and then my friends are looking so serious about the interview, what will happen, and all. So while waiting at the lobby, uh, suddenly the person who will take the interview of us, he showed up. He showed up with two other company guys. So we are sitting at the lobby, and suddenly he came in front of us, and I'm the first person encounter with him. So he introduced himself and asked us to introduce ourselves. So at that time, I don't know what happened with me while means talking with him. All while I am going to introduce myself, I just become stiffed. I could not spoke my name. My hand became stiff. He put his hand in front of me to make the handshake, but I couldn't do that. I was like I was means stiffed. I I couldn't do anything in front of him. So all the people are means um, just looking at me that what has happened to me. The person is asking my name or he's asking me to introduce myself. I couldn't do that. My friends also thinking that what has happened with me. So for a while they waited so that I can say my name, but literally I couldn't spoke a word from my mouth. I become so stiffed that I could not say anything. So after that, he talked with my friends. They introduced themselves, and I become disappointed about myself. I'm just thinking about myself that what had happened me at that time. Previously, I was so means happy, or I'm trying to make comfortable of myself. But at that moment, when a person came, I couldn't spoke my name. I just become stiffed. So my friends were laughing at me after the man gone. So my two of my friends were laughed at me and asking me that what had happened. He couldn't spoke your name, and I still remember one of the person who worked at the hotel lobby. He also asked me that what had happened with you. You couldn't spoke your name. And the man who will take your interview, he was a good man. There is nothing to fear. There is nothing to fear from him. So all of means that thing suddenly broke me from inside. that I couldn't spoke my name, I couldn't say anything, my impression has gone bad. So after that we sit at the lobby again, sit at the lobby waiting that they will call one of us to um, to give the interview. So we are waiting, and again we are waited at the lobby, but I was very disappointed about myself. Means I lost my confidence at that moment, that what I would say at the interview when I face them. All that thoughts are coming into my mind, and I feel very bad about myself. So again, so after a while, the another person came from the company and asked three of us that one of you came up to give the interview. So who will come? You can decide yourself. So at that moment, I decided that I will go, because already my two of my friends were also at that time also they are at stress and anxious. But again I decided to go first to give the interview, because at that time I was just thinking that it's okay, I have made an bad impression in front of them. So now what will happen? So I have to face it. So at that moment I decided to go and give the interview first. I just means talking myself that whatever has happened, it already happened, so let it go. So I have to face now I have to face it. So I go there and I give the interview, but it was like an average interview. It's not so good. uh, Already I had made an impression about myself in their mind, so it is not like that. So I had given the interview, and also I'm not selected, and that is definitely I'm not selected. But I have given the interview and decided to go and showed up again. And it is like uh, to get the courage. It is like I get my courage to show again the people who may think that the person a few minutes ago we have met is nothing or like that. But I showed up and give the interview. So at that moment I could think, or I could decide that I should not give the interview, because already my impression has made bad. So happen what will happen if I give the interview? So I had all that things I could uh, think in my mind, and I can decide that I should not give the interview, but I didn't do that. I get my courage, I conquer my disappointment, I conquer my fear, and decided to shoot and showed up. So that has helped me, means unconsciously, to get going in, you can also say in life, or to give other interview. After that incident I also give other interview also, because if I at that time, if I decided that I should not give the interview, or I should go to home, so that will not help me. So because of that, I continually give interview in other companies, and after that I get a job. So that I have unconsciously conquered at that time, or at that day. So it had helped me a lot.